All right. Welcome to week 8. I'm still trapped in this soulless, empty void because the Jets refuse to fire Adam Gase. Don't understand how he still has a fucking job at this point. I really fucking don't. I don't understand it. Khan texted me and said, "How does Adam Gase still have a job?" I don't fucking know, Khan. I just don't fucking know at this point. You know, I don't understand it. And at this point, just fire anyone involved in the Jets' decision-making process is my general thought on that. On that same note, the Giants won a game. Not because Daniel Jones is good, because Daniel Jones is fucking trash, Andre. Actually, because Washington did everything they could to lose. If you didn't watch the game, because it was very boring, it was 20-13 with about 2 minutes left. Washington drives down, scores, and then instead of going for the tie with, I think, like 30 seconds left in the game, ensuring overtime, they decide, you know what, fuck it, we're going to go for the win. And then they fail the 2-point conversion. So, Daniel Jones had nothing to do with that, but, yeah, Daniel Jones is still trash, Andre. The big news as far as the last couple days has been where is Antonio Brown going to end up? His suspension ends this week. The front runner from what I've read is Seattle. So that could be pretty deadly with him and DK over there with Russell Wilson. That could just be deadly. I don't know if you've noticed. Clearly, I've stopped giving a fuck because fuck Adam Gase. So I'm just wearing flannels all day now. That's all I do. Except for Fridays, because Fridays I have to go into the office. So I have to, actually dress up, which is a bit frustrating. But, hey, we all got to work. So looking back, Andre did beat me. I will say that. His trash talk was a little premature, though, because he was talking about, Daniel Jones, I think at that point had 10 or 12 points, and Gardner Minshew had a quarter of a point. By the way, Andre, you talked too early because Gardner Minshew came back to score more points than Daniel Jones. But unfortunately, as the Chargers had to make the decision, I had to drop Gardner and go. It's Justin Herbert time. Goff has been good, but I'm a little concerned about his schedule. It's a little tough. So fuck it, we roll with the hot hand. On that note, Tua Tagovailoa, I don't know if anybody saw this. He's now the starting quarterback for Miami. So I believe he's still available. He was available last night when I checked. But yeah, so, Tua Tagovailoa, it's Tua time. In the Battle of Southern California, LA proved once again that LA is better than San Diego. Alex had a good scoring game, but just, Derrick Henry being God tier in fantasy football, it didn't matter what Alex did. LA was going to steamroll him with Derrick Henry putting up 45 points. Womack secured the bye, but, Matt Ryan did give her a scare. He put up 45 points. It was closer than I thought it was going to be, mostly because Matt Ryan put up a bunch of points. So Jack beat Joey, but it was very, very close. A couple things break Joey's way. Joey wins and is still undefeated. But, Jack put up a good fight this week and managed to hand Joey his first loss. Mo and Jarrell had a really low-scoring game. Pretty much everybody else had at least 110 points. And Jarrell and Mo each had Mo won, and Mo had, I believe, 98 points or 99, and Jarrell had 88. Mostly because Zeke sucked. I mean, he had 2 fumbles lost, and I don't really know what's going on. Cowboys are now shit in the bed too, but, when you lose Dak to a fucking devastating ankle injury, your team's going to go down. It's just going to happen. Khan steamrolled Pat. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Pat. You got wrecked this week, mostly because Green Bay just totally let you down. Aaron Rodgers had like 4 points. It's tough. Can't do anything about it. Khan his team played really well. Coming up this week, week 8, I have the bye week, so congrats to me. Hopefully Matt Ryan does not put up as many points. LA and Joey have a 30-point gap right now projected. I don't think that'll hold. I think, as with most projections, it's all about over promising and over promising and hopefully delivering. But I think they're going to under deliver on that 30-point gap. Mo is playing Womack, and I think the interesting thing to look at here is, will bye weeks hurt Mo? He's starting Ryan Tannehill this week, who put up about 45 points last week, but I think that's a little atypical. And obviously Mo normally starts Lamar, but with Lamar on a bye, what's he going to do? Jack, I don't know if Jack's going to be able to keep up the winning streak against Khan. Khan has a good team. And I know Khan's a Philly fan, so he's a fighter. If you didn't see, this week Philadelphia was the first time they had fans in the stadium, and there was a fist fight. So keep Philly strong with the Philly scumbags. Is Josh Allen going to put up another 30-point game against Andre? That's really what that game's going to come down to. We know Daniel Jones is still trash, so it's really going to come down to, will Josh Allen put up a lot of points? I don't know. We'll see. Alex is projected to beat Pat, but he has some pretty significant injuries. DeAndre Hopkins is hurt, and somebody else on his team is hurt. They're questionable right now, but will they play? I don't know. It's gonna be game time, and that might hurt Alex. That's really what will hurt him, is if those guys don't play. So commissioners' picks this week. I only got 2 right last week, so I dropped from about 77% to 66.6 repeating, obviously. But I'm going to pick me over Jenna, Joey over LA, just because I think that 30-point gap is a little bit big, but I think Joey still wins. I just don't think it's by 30 points. Mo, I think, is going to beat Womack. Jack is going to beat Khan, but that one I could see being pretty close. Jarrell's going to beat Andre because Daniel Jones is trash. And then Pat's going to beat Alex. It's going to be close. And again, it really comes down to the injuries. If the injuries are, active, or if guys are playing or whatnot. But yeah, so I just wanted to take a brief time here at the end to point out to Andre that yes, Daniel Jones had a good run. It was a 40-yard run. Sam Darnold's run, which was much better, was 46 yards on the stat sheet, but in reality was about 56 yards because he had dropped back. He also juked a couple people out of their shoes and got away. So, yeah, Daniel Jones, still trash, Andre. Still fucking trash. Just again in closing, fire fucking Adam Gase. I don't know what else to say at this point. It's looking like it's going to take the Johnson family getting indicted for tax fraud, along with some other people in this country who will hopefully be indicted for tax fraud very shortly, to get rid of Adam Gase. I don't know at this point what logic you're keeping him by. Especially, he lost to a third-string quarterback making his first start in the NFL. And then, especially this week that they, I don't get it. They need to fire Adam Gase. They need to fire Woody Johnson and Christopher Johnson at this point and just bring somebody else in. Bring in Namath. Namath will run the team better than they will. Oh, my God. This is exactly what I needed this week. Was just the Jets continuing to be idiotic and not being able to beat the fucking Miami Dolphins. Remember to go vote if you can. I'm going next week on Tuesday. DC early voting starts on the 27th and runs through November 2nd. Check your polling places. If you live in other places, hopefully you've already gone and voted, or you are making a plan to go vote. Hopefully you're not, making the wrong choice for our country as a whole. But, we'll see. I don't know. People might lose friends over this. I don't know. I honestly don't know, people. I don't know anymore. Daniel Jones, Andre's still trash, as I've said multiple times. I really did think about tweeting last week's video out at him, and I'm debating doing it this week. We'll see. We'll see if I do it. I don't know. At this point, I'm a Jets fan. I have nothing to fucking lose. We're going to get the first overall pick, and then Trevor Lawrence is going to say, I'm not coming. He's going to pull an Eli. Which, for the record, I don't think we should draft Trevor Lawrence. I think we should trade that pick, somebody who needs a quarterback, and, recoup picks, and then, figure out what we're going to do. But yeah, so that's week 8. Good luck to everyone this week, and we'll see how this week goes. So, see you guys later.